Coach Ty. I went to a 6th grade game just like I go to yours, and I watched him in a 6th grade game get flagged for a personal foul, take his helmet off, throw it 20 yards off the field, swear at the official, run on the sideline, and walk up and down the sideline having a temper tantrum for 20 minutes as a 6th grader. Yeah, like Jack. And then in 7th grade, Paul says, I talked to Bob, his dad. Ty wants to come out for football. And I was in my mind going, oh, hell no. So I said, he's not set in front of the field until we meet with him and his dad. So we sat in a room and we had a meeting, and I was saying this. Ty's face was as red as a tomato because I said, I was at that game last year. We can't have that. And we talked about what the expectations were on an IEP, behavioral struggles, and he came out for 7th grade football, and he had behavioral kind of breakdowns regularly. He got in a fight in the locker room, got suspended from school for a week. He thought we were going to kick him off the team. We didn't. And we just kind of kept at it. We were talking about, towards the end of the season, we had a B team game because we had lots of kids. And he played his butt off, played no set. By the way, 7th grade kid, he was 5'10", about 220 pounds. So if you could get him right, really good player for you. So played sparingly in 7th grade year because there was just a lot of behavioral issues. But we stuck with it. And he said, I'm coming back to play 8th grade football. We sat in the office and said, boy, if we could get Ty right, like he would be an amazing nose for us. But we got to have a second guy because there's no way behaviorally we can depend on him. Well, he came back. That's the second picture is him in 8th grade. He ended up coming back 8th grade and was our starting nose the whole season. He was in 7th grade. I would go up to an official before the game, every game, and say, number 73, he's got some things going on. Anything happens, please tell me right away so we can get him out of the game so we didn't have a spectacle. 8th grade year, he was really good on a really good team. The only real behavior issue he had is when I did something where I was going to have him play quarterback at the end of the year and like a funky thing, and he cried and got all upset, and I pulled him aside, and he was scared to do it. Basically said, you don't have to do that, and then he was fine. Well, the 2 pictures on the right are him as a sophomore, playing football, playing JV. I just saw his dad last week, who told me, who, by the way, I get something for free at his food establishment pretty much every time because he loves us so much, his dad, and is like so happy we didn't give up on him. At lifting every day, straight A's, no behavioral issues at school, and probably will be in the mix for playing time as a varsity football player as a junior. And Dad credits a lot of that with his junior high experience. So to me is another one, not, it wasn't perfect, but not giving up on kids. And then here's one more, last one. So this is Ryan. So I actually talked to Ryan last week, and I asked him, do you have any pictures when you played for us? He's like, I don't have any. So I found some old pictures, and that's him in the middle of the first one. The coach in the middle, he's like to the left right next to him, and then that's me top right. And then the picture to the right, he's not in, but that was us going undefeated and winning the league championship. And that's Coach Ruiz in the middle, by the way, from our last year's staff. Yeah. So, and that's Coach Ruiz with the ball, because we were running offensive plays in the picture on the left. So this is Ryan. So Ryan in a game in 6th grade, I always had the suspicion that home wasn't very good. And I came to find out much later, it really wasn't. In a game in 6th grade, he got flagged for a personal foul. He picked up the flag and threw it at the official. Got another flag, stormed off the field, and walked right through the fence gate to the parking lot and left. And his mom basically dragged him back and brought him back to the sideline in a game in 6th grade. Another kid we could have gave up on. We played 6th, 7th, and 8th grade for us. 7th grade was better. 8th grade, he was a 2-way starter on an 8-0 league championship team. And the thing that stands out is I would see him around town 1 or 2 years later. He didn't even end up playing high school football. 1 or 2 years later, he'd be walking. He cared about his little sister. He'd be walking his little sister. His school notebook had his helmet decal on it from that undefeated team like 2 years later. That's how much I knew football meant to him. And like, I just reached out to him recently, and he was sharing really how bad. Never knew his dad, moving all around. Mom is an addict. He actually said it was okay to share this. Mom's an addict, moving all over, terrible behavior problems in school. And he talked about football being the thing and coaches that helped him learn how to have self-control and do better. And I said, send me some pictures of what your life's like now that represent you now. And so he sent me these. So he's 27. That's him proposing to his girlfriend. He does Weiss over work. He was huge into esports. He's a consultant with that, owns his own home, and he's doing really, really well. So those are some stories for me about what you guys do, what you guys mean, and if you do it right, like have really big impacts on kids. And then the fun part is that like we're actually better at football when we do that because the kids play and they feel valued, and if kids feel valued and have fun, we play better and we win more. I know all you guys agree with me on that. I feel really strongly about that. So wanted to share those stories with you guys. Those are just a few personal stories where football really changed the lives of people, myself included. And there's lots more. I'm sure you all got some too. Gabe's the one that hits the most home because I saw what bad and good coaching can do. And especially he's a little kid. So, I don't know. Take that with you for what it's worth, and yeah. And appreciate you listening. And I had other stuff too that's more X's and O's, but like